move on to our next presenter, Dr. Aditya Kelkar, Director of National Institute of Ophthalmology and a prolific surgeon, does not need any introduction, and receiver of last year Red Buckler Award from ASRS. Aditya.
Thank you, Dr. Rupak, for including me in this instruction course. I'll be presenting a small case where I had an opportunity to treat a 3-year-old child who came to us with a white reflex in the eye, and on examination we found that the patient has Coats disease with exudative retinal detachment. The anterior segment was normal. The plan was to go in and do an external drainage, and as we started doing the drainage, we realized that the SRF is quite thick and it's not coming out easily. And so we altered our plan, and this is the video which shows the altered plan of Coats disease with modified external drainage. So I went in with 3 ports. First of all, one was to, just in case a vitrectomy is required, and then the infusion cannula was started. An external drainage was attempted. However, the drainage was not easy. So we went in, did a small pore vitrectomy to begin with, to ensure that we have enough space to inject perfluorocarbon liquid inside the eye, so that the fluid will press the posterior pole and then the SRF will move anteriorly, and then the drainage would become easier. So as we did inject the PFCL, and then the drainage was more efficient. And as you can see, I just made a small opening with the 25 gauge needle trocar, and then the SRF drainage happened very efficiently. And then obviously the retina started regressing. The intraoperative OCT shows a fibroglial nodule at the posterior pole. After the sufficient drainage was done, I tried to do some peripheral vitrectomy as well. And then a cryopexy was done to the angiomatous vessels. In fact, in this case, after the PFCL was removed, I went in and did a PVD induction. So it was slightly a different way of doing vitrectomy in these cases. So here you see the cryopexy being done. So what we exactly did in this case was inject PFCL, drain the subretinal fluid externally, remove PFCL, do a PVD induction using Tricort assisted maneuver. And then after that, this is the end results. So the retina is attached and the patient is doing well. Thank you.
Fantastic surgery, Aditya. And comment, please.
Very nicely done surgery. The thing is, like I would usually, if I have to do this, I would usually use a needle drainage technique. So use a 26 gauge needle connected to a syringe with the plunger removed, and you can visualize with the biome, and then you can depress from outside and see the needle tip entering into subretinal space. So that way you can go quite posterior and drain it. So what happens is a shifting fluid. So when you do a cut down and roll the eye, the fluid moves to the other side. So, but the needle drainage technique, then you can go posterior and drain it quite well. And like a simple laser treatment would have been adequate. A cryo is not required, because what we are aiming at is to treat the vascular anomalies, which will still absorb the green laser energy. So right. Even if the retina is not attached, we can still treat the vascular anomalies, make them blanch, and then that works much better. That was very nicely done, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your inputs.
Yeah. Sir, one more just question: whether the presence of giving Ozurdex at this point of time have any role here?
Yeah. So yeah, I did give. Sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So in fact, I did IVTA injection at the end of it. However, I was little cautious because this is only a 3-year-old child, and the chances of cataract development would be there in this patient anyway, because it's a vitrectomized eye. But I did give IVTA at the end of the procedure.
Okay. Dr. MPS, I have a question from you. If you have a small sector with traction elevated after you've done all the surgery in this and the angiomatous area there, would you consider a V-shaped retinectomy or not? Because some surgeons like to flatten it there and do a V-shaped retinectomy in that anomalous area. But I'm apprehensive about doing it in kids. So I wanted to know your opinion.
You're asking me, Dr. Shobit?
Yeah.
I would not like to do a retinectomy at all, like you very rightly said, because that means you need to put an oil and it becomes very, very messy. So if at all, I would probably put a segmental buckle and support it, because these children may not have a great visual outcome, and in that, like, you're complicating it by doing a retinectomy and PVR would not be a great idea. Yeah.
So segmental buckle would be.
Yes.